P.
Get the popcorn ready. It's game time.
Just about game time. Bring the
MP,
pain
you're my
time.
favorite player, man. You always.
Hey, and look at this. Fans are already pumped up, and the energy is visibly escalating outside of this venue. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. All right, Greg, here we are on the day before Thanksgiving, a very special time of the year. Any favorite Thanksgiving traditions? Foods for you or your family?
Oh, Kevin, I'm a sweet potato pie lover, but I tell you, man, I love it all. I can't wait.
And talk about competitive spirit. MP has come out and, in essence, dedicated this season to winning his own matchups.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that MP's obsession with winning his personal matchups has backfired. It's putting too much pressure on him each night to make good on that promise. And I think it's been a distraction for his teammates. Let's see if they can turn the tide tonight.
So the Nets starting five. They've got Smith. Scotty Barnes is out there with Song. And it's Thunder, and it's Whitehead in at the small forward. Now here's Bledsoe, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Look at the Suns. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
You know, right now for Brooklyn, they have to like the progression that we've seen. Bit by bit, everything coming together. Consistency going forward will be key.
And the basket by Thunder. And we have to mention, Greg, the utter dominance MP has shown recently, right? A huge scoring night for him on insane efficiency. The numbers, you can't even believe what you're reading.
You just don't see stat lines like the one that MP had very often. Kevin, it looked like he had a cheat code on the way. He was making everything from the floor.
They get the rebound. Outside for Bledsoe. Here's Jemison. Off target from outside.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Nobody near Barnes. No good from outside. Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Jemison. Last time, 14 points for him. Took him no time at all on that one.
Look at that from Edwards, way out there.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Well, a chance to check out some stats for him.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
He was all alone on that one.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Outside Edwards. Here's Ellis, and it's slammed in by Ellis.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
Here's the screen. Barnes can't get it to go.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Jemison, covered by Smith. Ellis kicks to Bledsoe. Bledsoe sets the screen for Edwards. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Edwards got 5 now.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 3-point game, and this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just 2 powerhouse teams facing off.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Lets a floater go, and Sarr pulls it down. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Oh,
Man.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
The Timberwolves have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. For 3, Edwards. Good on the triple. Edwards got a couple of threes now in the first for the Timberwolves. Bledsoe against Barnes. Pass to Thunder. Smith outside. Takes a 3. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Jemison. No scoring in this one. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Whitehead. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
To the inside. And here's Edwards from the arc. A rebound by the Nets.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Jeffries is checked in. Dawkins checked in for Brooklyn. Timberwolves trail by 3. Kicks it out to Ellis. And the 3 off target. The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against the San Antonio Spurs. Barnes outside. They set the screen. And he gets the jumper to drop.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Dawkins, a screen on Smith. Pass to Dawkins. Edwards looking it over. to end the run, and finished off by Edwards.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the raft.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here is Smith. 5 points in the game. He had a nice open look right there. Smith's got 7 points in the game. Timberwolves trail. Ellis outside. Here's Jemison. Scoreless thus far. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Both teams deciding to change it up. Clock at 6. Ellis outside. Shoots over Wells. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Brooklyn leading by 5. Down low. Here's Butler. Great D that time from Edwards.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Going inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
To steal. Goes up the baseline. Rebound by Butler.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
The shot by Dawkins is no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Over in the corner, Edwards. Edwards with another miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Here's Thunder. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Buries the long-range jumper. 9 points for Ellis.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Thunder pass to Dawkins. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Madsen. Good, and Butler gets the assist. And the Nets lead by 4. Timberwolves shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. Edwards inside. He's got 12. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Timberwolves. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season.
And I think for Minnesota, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
And, you know, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, they can start to break out of that pack.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Jeffries is checked in. Timberwolves trail by 7. 1:02 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Jemison. Hasn't made one yet. That one, no good. Wells passes to Thunder. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Shot clock at 3. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Thunder's got 16.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
And so it's Brooklyn. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
And for Brooklyn, Smith is out there with Thunder. Then there's Scotty Barnes. And it's Dawkins, and it's Whitehead. In at the 3, the small forward. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Well, guys, Thunder in the last outing against the Trailblazers was all business. He scored an incredible number of points, and he was so productive offensively, he wound up setting a new season high for himself in scoring. And those are big numbers he put up. It's hard to match. But he'll be aiming high again tonight. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
There's a good screen. And here's Barnes for 3. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Jemison. Got a piece of it.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Bledsoe's checked in. Brooklyn shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive number.
Here's Akwebu. Another miss by Minnesota.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Barnes outside. There's the triple. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Akwebu covered by Barnes. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Net substitution. Substitution on court.
Outside Edwards. Will it go? And it's good on the layup. Edwards got 16 points.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Trailblazers in Portland. Thunder passes to Wells. Puts up a 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Bledsoe's got 4 rebounds in this game. Rebounded by the Nets.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Wells. Off target with his 3. Minnesota's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. 32 seconds left in the first half of basketball. with the drive, and it's Thunder missing. Minnesota shooting in the second quarter has been pretty iffy, down 32%. Here's Edwards, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
9 feet out. That's tipped. Ellis, the pass to Edwards. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Here's Thunder. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the Brooklyn Nets.
Their three-point shooting, wow. I didn't get a math degree, but I didn't go to Shaq University either. I do know a little thing about threes.
Yeah, Kenny, I heard you applied to Shaq University. Denied.
And moving along, a metric for that first half. Love me some metrics. Checking out the top performer on each team.
Brought their A games. This is what it means to try to put a team on your shoulders, Ernie.
What do you mean? I've been carrying you on this show for years.
That's not entirely true. I'd say maybe the first 2 years.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Thunder.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
They've got Dawkins. Edwards is out there with Ellis. And it's Jemison in at the 1 spot. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Edwards, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
Bangs home the trifecta. Barnes has got 8 points.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
So it's Minnesota now. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And it's Thunder missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Jemison. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. 7 points in the game.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he could afford to give.
That's a 2 from Smith. He drains the quick shot.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Outside Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Dawkins is no good.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Here's Jemison. He has 7. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
The Timberwolves working the ball around them. Edwards can't hit.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Pass to Whitehead. Here's Thunder. The kick out to Barnes. Thunder passes to Whitehead. Here's the 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Ellis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Here's Dawkins. He has yet to score. Edwards can't hit.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
The kick out to Barnes. Sarr sets the screen for Barnes. Trains the three-pointer. Barnes has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Nets.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got to get up on him and get into his airspace there. Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
And it's sent back by Bledsoe. Here's Jemison. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Scotty Barnes picks one up. Nets leading by 17. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. Barnes out there with Whitehead. And it's Smith. And it's Thunder. And it's Sarr in at the center, locking down the middle.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Bledsoe left side. Got a hand on it. Smith for 3. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on deep.
Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. The Timberwolves shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Outside, Edwards. Pass to Bledsoe. Launches a 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the 2nd.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
And he drives in. It's stolen by Edwards. They push it up 4 on 3. Jeremic. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Barnes. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen by Bledsoe. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Whitehead deciding where to go with it. Here's Thunder. A three-pointer off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Edwards passes to Bledsoe. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Pass to Whitehead. Now here's Barnes. Here's Whitehead. Barnes outside. Here's Thunder. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Dawkins checked in for the Timberwolves.
Number 42, Jeremy Dawkins.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Dawkins a screen on Smith. Here's Akwebu. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 19. Smith the pass to Thunder. Lets the three fly. Does not go down. That miss makes him 7 for 12 in the game. Over in the corner, Edwards. Pass to Haywood. And he drops in the layup off the glass. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Haywood. One-on-one here. Here's Bledsoe. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
First one falls for him. Bledsoe hits them both. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Drills it from outside.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
This one for 3 makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
You know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
Good chance here for Barnes. Gets an open look and hits. And the Nets lead by 17. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And that one's good. Jemison's got 18 points just in the second half. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. There's the screen. Barnes. Here's Sarr. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for the second chance point. And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Haywood's checked in. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Nets leading by 17. He lobs it up, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Pass to Jemison. Ellis right side. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Smith the pass to Thunder. Nets passing it around. The tray. Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Here's Ellis. He sinks the 11-footer.
Their offense trying to find its way back to respectability. Let's see if they can keep building on this.
Sarr gets the bucket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Good on the three-point shot.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Pass to Thunder. Here's Whitehead. Poke loose. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Smith. Three-pointer. And the Nets, another 3.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Left side, Edwards. And he drops it in from the low post. Edwards got 24 points.
A composed and cool effort from Edwards inside. Not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot. Taking what's available.
Pass to Thunder. Here's Whitehead. There's the pick. The 3. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 20.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Bledsoe outside. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
The kick out to Barnes. Over Bledsoe. Rebounded by Ellis. Ellis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And they get it back. Edwards with another miss. Drives to the hoop. Boom, he jams it straight down.
As athletic a move as you're going to see right there. Unreal.
How about the hang time on that thing? Wow.
Well, you got to have some hang time if you're going to pull off that 360. And he certainly has some.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Pass to Jemison. It's good from long range. Jemison's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Shot's good by Whitehead.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight. And that was the edge.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
Really thought they had a chance tonight.
If it's good enough for Steph, you can't really go wrong.
College